Hi, welcome to GRVOTV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. It's going to have to be quick this one because it's getting cold out here. And all it was, I've just done a video and it sort of spurred me on to do this one on burst shooting. Now, I'm not a great believer in burst shooting, but we all do it and we all like to rapid fire our cameras because it sounds good, doesn't it? And yeah, as I say, I don't do it that often, but when I do, I like a camera to be nice and quick and responsive. And I was just asked a question a little while ago when I was doing a bit of shooting, and it was with the flash. How do you get the flash to recycle quicker without having like extra batteries and battery packs and bigger flashes and more powerful? Well, it's quite simple really. First thing is we're going to lose the hood, because we don't use the hood with the flash. Now, I'd always use a hood with the lens to protect it, but not with the flash because it can cast a shadow, so we'll get rid of that. So I've got the D7000 here with Nikon SB700 on top, and we're just going to put it into sort of a P mode. It's on manual focus, so I don't need to focus or anything. On TTL, I've got the diffuser on, which I always have on, which I just get a more balanced light. So if you're going for absolute distance, you'd need to take that off, but I never use a flash over massive range anyway, and quite often it will be off camera, so it's not an issue for me anyway. So I always have the diffuser on, and it's just in its standard TTL mode. Now, if we just set up a shot in P mode, have everything on auto, and I'm in continuous high, which is very fast, 6 frames a second, which is going to outperform the flash. So bear in mind there is going to be some flash photography, so if you're not into that type of thing or it's going to upset you, then turn off now. And for those of you that are still on, I'll just do a burst and see what the flash does. Right, so as you can hear there, he was motor driving, and we probably got, yeah, the first couple, then we miss a load. Let's just go down. Yeah, so we got a couple of shots where the flash kept up, then it stalled while the flash is booting. Ideally that's not good, is it? I mean, it missed probably more than half the shots. So why is that? Well, settings, I've got it on P mode. Now when you put it on C mode with the flash, it'll generally default to a 60th of a second and probably around f4, f5.6 depending on your lens and your zoom and whatever. But I've got this on ISO 100. So let's just do that once more flash photography. So it took maybe 3 or 4, and then the flash stalled, and then got caught up with another one later on. Now I'm just going to change one thing. I'll get the right dial. Right, I've changed my ISO to 1000, which I'd happily shoot at on this camera, no problem. Now watch the difference. Still stalls, but it definitely took more photos before it stalled. Now, if we just go into continuous low, and yeah, let's just set the zoom. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go into continuous low, so this is going to be shooting at 4 frames per second. Missed a few towards the end, but pretty much was absolutely fine. So I'll just quickly go back into, we'll go to ISO, say 200, and we'll try that. Again, I'm going to shoot at 4 frames per second, see how it keeps up. So literally 3, and then it missed one, and then did one, so you're only getting 3 shots. So it's just a quick demonstration really on how the ISO will affect your flash performance. And basically what it's doing is, your ISO is your sensitivity of your sensor. Now at 100 you're obviously getting the finest amount of detail on your sensor, which obviously you really want, but not at the detriment of losing the shot completely. Now by shifting to ISO 800, it's making that sensor much more sensitive to light, which means you don't need as much light, but it does degrade the image slightly. Now, so what it's doing is it's telling the flash you don't need to pop as big a flash because you're shooting at ISO 1000 or 800 as opposed to 100, so it's able to recycle quicker. And that's all it is really. It's quite straightforward. So again, it's just another tip if you need for some reason to motor drive, and we're talking, you know, this is what I call enthusiast equipment. If you had a D3S with an SB910 on and a separate battery pack, you're not going to have a problem. So it's just being able to adapt in some circumstances, on that odd occasion when you might need, right, I'm going to have to motor drive here, I'm going to have to motor drive with a flash, but I don't want to miss half my shots. So, you know, bump your ISO up, it reduces the power of your flash, and you're going to get more shots, and that's it really. The other thing is, if you're not using an external battery pack, which you can't with the, as far as I know, with the sb700, use decent batteries. I personally use, and I will get one out if my cold fingers allow me, the Sanyo Anyloop XX, which are high capacity. I don't know what the capacity is, to be fair. It is 2400 milliamp Anyloops, and I just find that they retain their charge really well, so when you actually come to use your flash, they're not flat, and they charge nice and quickly, and as you can see, you know, they recycle the flash absolutely adequately. So there you go. I hope this little tip helps. This has been GRVOTV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye.